On December 13th, the last day of finals, the food drive will end. The Monterey County Food Bank will come to Yorksville to pick up the donations we've gathered. And we can only imagine the look on their faces and the disappointment, the shame we feel when they see that the food we've collected in total barely fills up a bin. Right now, the 8th graders have 8 cans, the 9th graders have 5 bags of food, the 10th graders have 1 pack of pasta, the 11th graders have a little over a dozen cans, and the seniors have 2 bags of food. In our community, our school community is filled up of middle class and upper middle class students. We really should be donating more food because as a school we pride ourselves on how we give back to the community through community service projects and our own community service. Right now we can't take pride in how much food we've donated to the food drive. The winters are chilly and the people who suffer the most are those who don't have warm homes to shelter them from the cold. So it's the season of giving, so please bring canned foods from home or go to Costco and buy a packet of top ramen and donate it to your class bin.
Yeah, so really just listen to what Angela has to say. This is a really serious problem. Okay, so on a different note, pajama days are on the BX and CX days. Okay, so for finals, just dress up in pajamas. It's going to be a really light atmosphere. It's kind of a spirit day. Just come to school. You don't have to change in the morning, basically. Also, the last day of the lunch truck that's going to be coming here is Wednesday. During the finals, student council is going to be selling pizza, so it's going to be $2 a slice, so just be prepared for that. And also, the food bins, we've kind of realized that having the bins in the classroom isn't really promoting a lot of traffic, so we're going to move them into the breezeway for the remainder of this week. So just to encourage you all, just to give you a little extra motivation. And finally, on December 7th, which is this Wednesday, the 8th and 9th graders have to bring in their donations of warm clothing and cookies. So just drop them off in Ms. Saniko's office, and like Angela said, this is really important for us and the community. We really want to make a positive impact, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, to the sophomores, juniors, and seniors who have already brought in donations, I applaud you because you gave a lot of donations and a lot of your time, and we really want to thank you on behalf of all of the student council, and that is all. Okay, so announcements.
As Michael, I'm being Mr. Raymond right now because he's not here today. So as Michael just mentioned, tomorrow and Wednesday are review days, BX and CX days. If you can cast your minds all the way back to the beginning of the school year, we had an AX day. And that will give you a sense of what this is going to look like. So tomorrow, you'll start with your period 1 B-Day class. It will be shorter, as will all of your classes, so that you will have a chance to go through every class that meets on B-Day, plus the one class that does not meet on B-Day, that meets C2, I think it is. So if you follow your schedule that way, and just remember that there will be like a 7th period that will be the C2 period, so you'll have a chance to meet with all of your teachers for a little review in each class on BX day and on CX day. If you have any questions about that, be sure to check in with these folks who know what they're talking about. So I suggest to you as well that you think about bringing some snacks with you to eat. Ask your teachers who will be proctoring the exams beforehand if it's okay for you to have a snack in the room, but for many teachers they'll tell you you're welcome to do that. The most important thing you can do to get yourselves ready for happy, successful exam periods is to sleep. Thank you, Megan, for modeling that. Sleep. Get a good night's sleep beforehand. Don't stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning trying to cram that last little fact into your brain. You won't be able to access it if you're not rested. So get plenty of sleep and eat something at each meal. Don't skip breakfast, even if you're used to skipping breakfast. Exams start at 9. That gives you an extra half hour to have breakfast. So eat breakfast, eat lunch, eat a healthy dinner, have some good snacks. Make sure your brain has nutrition to draw on.
Just a real quick announcement. I know we have a lot of announcements. On the earthquake drill, commend yourselves for, I commend you. You did a really good job. Get out of the chapel in 2 minutes, so very good. There are a couple of opportunities for improvement, though. I noticed at the end, everyone's kind of going towards that exit. Use the nearest exit. The goal is to get outside the building as quick as possible, so use all the exits. When you do leave the chapel or any building, it might be a good idea to cover your head because things may be falling. Also, keep talking to a minimum. That's one thing we can improve on. There's a lot of chatter. But if there's really an emergency, we want to be able to communicate to you if we need to. So really keep the noise down. Backpacks. Today I looked, they're really good. All the backpacks are out of the way. When we had our drill, there were a couple backpacks out kind of blocking traffic. So keep backpacks away from walkways, away from stairs. Put them along the edges. So I did a really good job today. Just keep doing that. And then on a completely different note, if you're in my business class, I have practice tests. We don't have classes today, but you can see me outside to get a practice test or come by room 14. Thank you.
This announcement is for my Spanish 1 students. We don't have a class today, but tomorrow is the first day of review, so please check the super site for homework. We're going to review the first lesson. And also Spanish too. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I couldn't, no, yeah, Spanish 2. Spanish 2 students, not Spanish 1. My students. And, yeah, well, you know. It would be a good idea to check the Spanish 2 super site too anyway. But yeah, I'm talking about Spanish too. And also what Angela said, just remind me that I know that you're really generous people, but we get home and we forget, we have so many things. So I'm thinking that if I have a big empty can in my, empty bin in my classroom, so if tomorrow, if you're in my classes and you bring food tomorrow or next day, I don't know, I cannot promise you a better grade, but when I have to decide, because it's not honest, right? But I'm sure that when I have to assign your grade, I would, look on you with a more generous. Just please remember tomorrow and show it to me. So that's your homework.
January feels like a long ways off, but it will be here before you know it. And I just want to remind you that the first day you're back, we're going to have a panel of alumni here who are going to talk about college. And it will be an all-school forum. You can ask them really anything you want. That will be followed by lunch, a pizza lunch for juniors and seniors. So juniors and seniors, you're invited to lunch that day in the Student Center. If you want to submit a question and you don't want to say it in front of everyone, Ms. Maston and I will be in the back today. You can grab a card, drop it off. And again, the day of, we'll be asking questions from the audience. So think about what you still want to ask about college.
Can you remind us what is the alumni game for the alumni that are coming back to play soccer against students?
I'll talk to you about that. We'll talk about Wednesday. Okay.
On Moodle, there's a list of items that are needed for the food drive. So if you want to go on there and add a few things to your shopping list, that's a great resource for getting some ideas of things that are needed. Seniors, I want to remind you that your service hours for your senior year are due on February 29th. So if you don't have enough hours, make sure you get some of those in during vacation if you can. And I will post what I have recorded of your hours probably tomorrow on the bulletin board by room 9. I have several different service opportunities. They're all on Moodle. One of them will be up shortly. Salvation Army bell ringing. There's phone numbers on there if you have any desire to help with that effort of raising funds. First night is an event on New Year's Eve. It starts in the afternoon, late afternoon, with family activities. They're looking for volunteers. So if you'd like to make New Year's Eve be fun for you and interesting for the rest of the community, you can help with first night. They also are looking for some volunteers ahead of time, I think on the 15th. I'm not sure, but there are some dates in there and phone numbers to call if you're interested in helping with the planning of that. There's always a run if you like helping with races. There's always one on New Year's Day, starting at Rio Road, the Rio Resolution Run. And then recently I just learned of a tutoring group that happens on Thursdays from 5 to 6:30 in Seaside at it's at a church is the facility that they use. It's right across from King Elementary School, which is only about 4 miles from here. They have 12 kids who are currently being tutored by CSUMB students, and those students are going on vacation and going home. So for this Thursday, the 8th, and then on the 15th, and then 3 Thursdays in January, they're looking for people to help fill in. It's a one-on-one tutoring opportunity, and these kids really, really, really need the help. And if you're interested, you can continue to do it, and there's 9 kids on the wait list. So you'd be able to continue doing it with a kid of your own instead of filling in for somebody else after that if you're interested. And that's the one I'm going to add to Moodle today. So check that for opportunities.
We Americans have learned many things from the French.
The point, please.
French fries, French bread, and Antonin Artaud's Theater of Cruelty, which sadly has nothing to do with physical cruelty.
Okay, so the theater class can be performing their last piece for the semester in the theater.
11:40 at lunch today. Come in through the back door, and we have to close it right at 11:40. So because we only have one piece, so get in there on time.
It's really fun. Please watch it. Thank you.
Sorry about that. We have to cut off announcements. We don't have any more time left. If you have any announcements that are dire, scream them now.
Learn to make baby hats at lunch tomorrow in the student center. Community service, 1 hour per